Good morning and welcome to Hometown Living.
Good morning, thank you.
I feel like the res is like this hidden gem that we don't know about, like the community doesn't know about.
Yeah, we often call it too well of a hidden gem.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about the res.
Well, Lynnea, why don't you start us off with kind of the day-to-day and what we are about?
All right, so the Mishawaka Res is a youth camp, open to the public though, and we offer rental space for things like baby showers, bridal showers, grad parties. We have volunteer opportunity, and we also have 23 acres of woods, and we have hiking trails that you can come and visit, free to the public from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
And are those they're already made, like the trails are already made so people can come and just, they park their car and then they find their way and they're just able to explore.
Oh yeah, we have all the facilities up front, but once you cross the creek, you got about 20 acres of hiking space, lots of kind of crisscrossing and winding trails, and they all connect to the meadow. So sometimes you might feel like you get lost, but everything always takes you back to that central meadow. So it's kind of a fun time to explore all the different trails.
So you talked about crossing a creek.
Yeah.
And so you've got a big capital project going right now to rebuild the bridge?
Yeah, so we did a big patronicity campaign. We partnered with the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority and did a big crowdsourced fundraiser about a little over a year ago. We had like almost 150 patrons that contributed to the project, and we partnered with Frost Engineering for blueprints. Clover Machinery Movers was our platinum sponsor. DLZ did a really big environmental study for us, and we've had the Combat Logistics unit from the United States Marine Corps out as a training opportunity to build a bridge. So they started the groundbreaking and got the abutment work done last week. So it's a really neat project that has just tons of partnership that came together. I think that's what's so neat about the res in Mishawaka is we just have all these people that want to see our community thrive. And this is a project we couldn't have done by ourselves, but with all these partners, we'll have a new bridge and we'll have secure access to the back half of that property for many years to come.
So when does the completion look to be done?
So we're looking to have the project substantially finished by the end of May.
And what's your favorite place in the res?
I think that my favorite place is just kind of the meadow. I have a lot of great memories of programs there as a kid, just fun activities in that space.
Lynnea, what about you?
I think my favorite is our Jernigan Lodge because it's where a lot of community comes together, and I myself have hosted parties there and been invited to parties there, and there's just a lot of community that happens in that building.
Now you guys have an education component that kind of comes with this as well. Like kids, they bring field trips, and so tell us a little bit about those opportunities.
Yeah, so we have a field trip coming up. It's an annual field trip that we usually offer to the Mishawaka Public Schools, but this year we've extended that to some of the private schools in the area. We've called it Enviro Day, and Enviro Day is an outdoor event for 4th grade classes where we have science experiments or scavenger hunts or just really anything nature educational. It just kind of, we come together and teach those kids during Enviro Days.
What does it mean to be able to know that this is open to the community and it's a place that they can come to anytime?
I think for me, a lot of times I want people to think of this place as kind of like being like a public park.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people think that it's just the building. So when people can come out and enjoy the space, that's what we like to see because we want people to connect in nature in a different way sometimes than we can in our public park system. And as a nature conservation zone, just being able to engage and see the nature there is really kind of a special thing for me.
If volunteers wanted to volunteer, what kind of work would they do?
So volunteer opportunities would include things like mulching around the buildings, leaf removal. We have invasive plant species that we also work tirelessly year-round every year to try to remove. If people wanted to come and volunteer in those ways, then that would be hugely appreciated.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for being here. This is close to where I am, and so I'm excited to come and visit.
Well, excellent. Thank you.
If you would like to learn more about the preservation of the res, just head over to mishawakares.org and don't forget to follow them on Facebook.